What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or Baked ZacNovak. In today's video, the video that should have actually gone up yesterday, I decided to rework, re-edit and go back through some of the things. It is the Festival of the Lost, the breakdown of things that we do have available, everything from Eververse and a bunch of other information. Easy way to get free exotics and catalysts and stuff like that. So roll the intro, let's get into it, and I do hope you enjoy. Alrighty, getting straight into the video, we've got Tess Everest, Miss Eververse herself, the one, the only, the one that was supposed to be the Festival of Cost Lady. However, this time around is not so much Festival of the Cost. Some of the things in themselves, yes, may cost some silver dust. There's some of the things may cost bright dust. The bright dust is easy to come by. Silver things, not so much in themselves. However, again, you don't really have to actually go through and spend it. Now, with the whole thing that Bungie did enable us being able to actually get double loot drops on pretty much every level up, I myself do think it is pretty freaking cool. I honestly really like it, with the whole thing that's actually going on with both the ability to actually level up twice as fast and the whole actual ability of when you're going into, you know, Iron Banner and stuff like that, your Valor in itself is also going up twice as fast and then going up triple times as fast soon. But I do want to actually first of all start off by saying, wow, Bungie, you actually have kind of stepped up Festival of the Lost. Now, I definitely was not actually expecting the amount of loot that actually comes with Festival of the Lost being so obtainable, so easily, and so readily available for pretty much anyone and everyone. Now, looking at all the exotics and all the things we actually do have available through Eververse in herself, yes, it is one of those things where it does make you just really want it, and it's one of those things where you are in a loot pool and you knock off one and it'll kind of go down where you've knocked that off and you tick that off and you can get something else. Eventually, you will get all the things if you do play enough. It's just one of those things where you just have to really grind. Now, one of the ways to grind is, well, the Haunted Forest. Now, with the Haunted Forest in itself, I do have to honestly say I am really freaking enjoying it. I will actually have later in the video probably the actual, you know, video of myself going through it in the background, but I did want to first off just state, I did not actually think the Infinite Forest was that great when it first came around. It just wasn't actually cool with Osiris. Not very many people did actually enjoy it, and it just wasn't something that was really, you know, bam, amazing and just really readily available to actually go in and be like a dungeon. However, with what Bungie has done this time around, it in itself does really feel like a dungeon. Now, I do have to say, a dungeon in itself is very much different to like a mini raid kind of thing, a mini raid of, we do know. Anyway, I just want to say, this thing in itself is cool. I really like it. I'm really hoping you guys do actually like it. If you do like it, let me know in the comment section down below. Are you guys running this matchmaking or doing it solo? How far have you actually gotten solo and how far have you gotten in matchmaking? I myself do want to know. Now, I do actually know there are a few people out there who have already gone through and actually gotten enough of these actual, you know, dark fragments to be able to go ahead and buy themselves a horror story. I myself really want that. I kind of want to go through and at least get all the masks, get the horror story, get as much out of this as possible as I can. So I'm definitely going to be grinding this out. And I do apologize, the videos in themselves are sporadic, aren't going up daily, aren't even going up in a good time frame. I myself I'm going through a few things. At the moment, I will actually say I'm going to hydro pool and hydrotherapy, which is one of these things where it's kind of like you go in a pool and you exercise and stuff like that, which, hey, isn't too bad. It's one of those things where I'm getting my, I guess, energy, getting myself back to being what I was. But anyway, enough about that, enough about any of that stuff. There's depression and things like that, which is always fun, and anxiety, which just, yeah, not very many people really like anxiety, and I myself wouldn't really wish anxiety upon anyone else. But one of the things I do actually have a little bit of anxiety about is the Shattered Throne. This week actually is being the third week of the actual, you know, Dreaming City, so it is at its most corrupted peak at the moment. That in itself is pretty freaking cool. I'm kind of really excited because I want to actually go through and get that bow because it's really cool. But again, anxiety. One of the things that is big anxiety for me at the moment is what's actually happening with some of the things in Destiny. Now, one of the things that I do actually kind of keep thinking and everyone keeps going over, which is the whole thing of Master Ives being killed. We will actually go ahead and kind of take down Master Ives' killers on October 30th. That hunt will actually begin, but I myself am really just kind of excited about this, wondering whether or not Master Ives in himself will actually have a backstory. Will there be some more lore about the way the Awoken actually work for being cryptarchs and stuff like that? and maybe even some lore and actual information out there about the way cryptarchy actually works for different engrams and stuff, because, well, that in itself is kind of pretty freaking interesting, especially to myself. Now, I was actually expecting this actual event, which is Festival of the Lost, to be one of these things where Bungie did actually go through and rework a lot of different things. And yes, they did reuse quite a bit of stuff. They did actually reuse some things we weren't really expecting, but some of those things being reused were actually really freaking cool. Some of the things I do have to state aren't actually as cool. Some of the cosmetic things you will actually get from the Festival of the Lost aren't as cool as, you know, you kind of would expect them to be. However, with that being said, some of the exotics in themselves definitely are unique. Now, going through and actually completing the whole, you know, adventure for Amanda Holiday, you do go ahead and get yourself an exotic, which is pretty cool. It's at your power level, and it also comes with this catalyst, which also in itself you can go ahead and actually upgrade and level up during this actual, you know, event that's going on, because it is really, really easy. But again, let me know in the comment section down below, is this something that you really kind of do like, where you go through, do a little couple of missions that are pretty easy and you actually get an exotic? Or do you think that it should be the whole thing where exotics should only have exotic quests when they are decent exotic quests, not just go through and do a couple of things and you automatically get it, especially something that's already in the loot pool? But speaking of loot pool, I am actually pretty freaking excited. I was able to go ahead and get myself a few of the things from Eververse, which I am really freaking hyped about. One of the things being the eyeball ghost, which is pretty freaking cool, and the whole actual other ghost, which is this one, which I cannot remember its name, but it looks like it is made by some guy that is part of the Scorn. The Stonecraft's Amalgam. Yeah, the Stonecraft's Amalgam shell, which in itself just looks pretty freaking cool. And a lot of the other things look pretty freaking cool. Now, I am actually wondering though, with the whole change up of Amanda Holiday being now the actual, you know, both shipwright, the Sparrow lover, and as well as being the vendor for Festival of the Lost, what is happening to our old vendor for Festival of the Lost? Good old Eva Levante. Now, I have to honestly think, Bungie in themselves are as, well, wisdomous as they are and had the whole plan of killing Cade quite some time ago. Maybe potentially they also had the idea of, you know, wiping out Eva Levante. Now, whether that actually did happen or not, we still don't actually know, because we don't really have any lore or information about it. That in itself, I honestly think could be something that Bungie does actually, you know, follow in the future, and does go down a line where we do actually kind of learn about some of the people we did actually lose during the Red War or after certain other events did happen. I myself am very interested in some of the people, especially some of the people that actually we haven't seen in the game but we have heard of from quite some time, like, you know, Eververse's good old friend, which she never really actually mentions where he is. She just says that he's got some cool stuff out there in the system. And another one being Lady Aphrodite. Now, is Bungie actually going to change up Lord Salad-Fingers and give us Lady Aphrodite, the good old bae, once again, so we have that triangle of three people that we all want to do things to? Amanda Holiday, good old Amanda Holiday, Anna Bae, good old Anna Bae, and the greatest bae of all, Lady Aphrodite. What is going to happen to Lady Aphrodite in the future? What is also something gonna, is there going to be anything that happens with, you know, Cade's position? Are we actually maybe going to get Shiro 4? If we do, that would be pretty freaking cool. This is all just speculation and things that are kind of just coming to my mind while I sit here and babble, and I do apologize to you guys if you are kind of just sitting here listening to me babble. If you guys do enjoy me babbling, then great, you are amazing. If you guys are actually even sitting here through this video, you are simply the best. Honestly, you guys are seriously one of, if not the biggest part that kind of keeps me going for YouTube stuff. You guys are amazing with pretty much everything you do. Now let me know in the comment section down below with your amazing comments and your amazing love, whether you actually did like this video. Leave a like down below if you actually did. Leave a dislike if you did dislike it and you want to do that. And maybe leave a comment down below, let me know why you actually did dislike this video, and I could potentially change things up. Do you guys want to see some more of the face cam? Recently I did actually shave, so I have no more of that beautiful illustrious mustache or beard, but I can grow back because, again, it's hair. Anyway, what I'm going to do right now is edit this video, get things actually sorted, jump back on Destiny 2 and run a bunch of the Haunted Forest, because I really want to get that Horror Story auto rifle. I really really do. I also want to get all the masks, and if I possibly can, all the actual emotes, and potentially the shaders, and pretty much anything else I kind of can get from the actual, event. So, let me know down below in the comment section, are you guys really hyped about this event? Do you guys like it? Is it something that is pretty interesting, or is this just passing you by and you're going to play Iron Banner? Let me know down below, do all that good stuff, and I'll be sharing like Karen ever he was at Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak, signing off. Peace out.